Hello guys, I wanted to do another quick tutorial on caricature, only this time more focused on the body side of things. So I see there's like at least 50% caricaturists out there in the UK at the moment, and they'll only do the head and some sort of neck, and then that's it. They'll call it done. And they'll completely disregard and forget about the body because bodies are hard to draw. Now, they don't have to be hard to draw if you simplify things down into just really basic shapes. You can create all sorts of poses and stuff, without doing gestural poses and portraits. Just for a quick cartoon body, it really don't take long, and it's more about just having a go and getting a bit of practice in. So I'm going to show you some sort of generic shapes that I use, which I can quickly turn into actions, which will really set your retail characters off, because you can add a personal touch and you can add some comedy value to it as well. So you can really shoot it up to another level if you're willing to. So I've just quickly sketched out a load of the basic shapes that you have to get used to before you sort of start just going straight onto the pad with marker. You get used to these basic shapes, and as you can see, they're very basic, but you can use these for a variety of different themes, if you will. Okay, you can see got a few different ones, which you can literally make hundreds of ideas from with a bit of practice. But you can clearly take a grasp that anybody can draw these. So if you can draw these, you can draw the rest, and it'll get better and better with practice. So let's just start down the beginning. Here's one. What can we turn this into? So we're not actually drawing anybody today because I haven't actually got a face to draw. So I'm just going to put an old generic bloke's face, say, a man's face. So let's just draw his nose there, and some eyes there. Not even going to mess too much with the eyes, just some little round type things. And we'll put his mouth there. We'll give him a big old chin. And just any old hairstyle shall do. So let's say we've drawn our character, our subject sat in front of us. We're happy with the likeness, and we want to put a little body on him. So this is not such a chore. You could do this on pencil on your paper first and go over it if you want to, especially whilst you're learning. But there's numerous poses you can make from this one. So if you look, bam, 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 and then a little bit round there, round there. Literally nothing to it. Just a few lines and shapes. Easy peasy. What can we make from this pose? We could have a guy, if we just pop his arm down here. We could have a guy giving his girlfriend a bunch of flowers. Okay, we could just do that. See how the ideas come about? You might be proposing to her. You might say you might have a ring behind his back ready to propose. Okay, that's one idea. It could be a sport player. He could be bending over like he's about to say something. He could be a cricketer. He's keeping wickets on the bat. Could be a golfer. Anything you want. A golfer like so. So we could just pop a little thing there, keep it fun and keep it lively. Now, this would be a challenge. I mean, how do you draw golfer's hands? Wait there, what is it? Like that, isn't it? I mean, try and work that out. Okay, whatever, we'll just sort of do that. Yeah, so it could be a golfer about to take a big shot on the tee. There's all sorts of different little simple shapes that you can use with these generic shapes. Practice them and get better and better. I mean, I should have just left all that there, to be perfectly honest, so I will. Let's open up a new layer. Let's look at the next one. Here we go. Squatting down, weightlifter guy. What can we do? So we do his arms popping out there. Obviously these are all still loose, but I prefer loose. I just think it adds energy. I think it looks better. So give him a little gym vest. Yeah, so we could have like a gym guy and then off our little stickman legs, we just sort of add our legs. Bit of sweat going on. But yeah, I mean, that's another option. Let's go into another one. Same one. This is the generic one, which I use most. You can use this for anything. It could be someone just stood there when they're just standing there doing nothing. Maybe they're holding a bottle of drink, they're holding a football. You know, if this is just if you can't think of a great idea off the top of your head, this one will work for nearly everything. It's just somebody stood there and quickly just put any old face on a minute. Some smarmy kid, say. Let's just a little neck. As long as we're following this kind of line of action, it's going to look lively and it's going to look fun. Could be doing anything with his arms. Could be holding something. Could be holding a drumstick. Could be holding anything. Could be holding a dog lead, the big angry dog over here. Okay, there's options, it'll just come to you. Whatever you think in your head, the more you practice these, the better ideas you'll get. Could, of course, be the good old one which I use all the time. He's just got his hands in his pockets. He's just a cool young kid, and just the old arms in the pockets works fine. Or you could even, what's the big drink they're all having at the moment? Bottle of Prime. You know, you do that for the kids these days. They're like, oh yeah, they love it. They love it if you include that Prime or whatever the latest craze is. Fidget spinners, Prime. Try and keep up with the cool kids. Okay, so that's one option. Another option could be a teacher, maybe. Teacher with big bushy eyebrows. It's the scariest looking teacher I've ever seen. We got some mad professor here going on. Can you imagine if that was your teacher? I think I'd be asking to move. Yeah, so, you know, little shirt, tie all over the place. Maybe he is a mad professor and he's off to a lesson or lecture. A book. He's just had an idea, look. A light bulb moment. So, what I'm saying is, just by taking a few seconds and adding some little tiny body, you can add more comedy value to your caricatures, and they're quite easy. Look at the basic shapes. Have I gone over? No. Look at the basic shapes. You haven't got to be a master artist, you know, to learn that. And the more you practice, you're going to get some real good ones. Your ideas will grow, your shapes will get better, and you're going to do better. You know, what about this one here? I mean, we got this one, which is a running pose, which we could use for nearly everything, especially when it comes to the kids. Footballer, basketballer, American football. This one can be used for everything. It's another one you can use all the time. Running from the police. Burglar. Whatever. It's just so many options. So many options, and you'll get better every time you do them. These are all really loose. I'm just trying to show you the quick ideas that you can get. So he's running, maybe he's got a football there, yeah? Maybe he is a rugby player, so he could have his rugby ball there, see? Put his shorts on. The options are endless. So keep practicing with these little simple figures and designs. Stick to the more popular ones, which I kind of got out here. Another popular one. I mean, instantly when I look at this one, this is what I use. You know, if you come across somebody who likes reading, the head on there. So yeah, you get somebody who likes reading, a little neck in. Even give her a little skirt if you wanted to, or dress. Bit of a chair. And give her any old book there, look, see. The options are endless. An artist, if they tell me they like art, then this is another one I like to do. Maybe put her on a bit of a stool. Okay. And the other arm can be just maybe with a bit of a paintbrush there. And then the easel can go by there. And you get the idea. Lots and lots of ideas from very simple shapes. Sewing, checkout girl, anything that involves sitting down, learn that one. Okay, which is that. Anything that involves sitting down, you can make something from that simple shape there. So obviously you do your picture of your face first, you get it nailed on so it looks like them, and then just a few generics, even if you do it really rough, you know, just something. The focus will be on the face which you did, even if it's what is going on, even if it's just really rough, just really loose lines. Because the anatomy and the shape is there, you can kind of get away with anything, you know, even sat on a whatever that is. Is it a toadstool? But yeah, so I wanted to make this video just to tell you to stop being scared of bodies and get stuck in. Do your focus on your on your faces as you do, but just don't be scared, because it's quite addictive when you get involved with it. I've done some real scary faces on this one. Look at the eyes. Jesus. Another thing I've got now as well, which I want to tell you right away, is the colours I use. When I'm doing shading, I use multiply layer. I've got my own little certain colours which I stick to, these two. I'll use this on multiply layer to do my shadows. Now it's not really looking the part at the moment, but when the opacity's right and it's on the skin colour underneath, it's basically the cool colour that I would like for shadows. So that's the shadows. I'm going to put a little quick blast of skin colour in the lady a minute, girl, whatever she is, character, non-binary character-ish person, human, that's the word, she's a human. A bit of colour, so you can see now how that cool shadow comes through, like so. And yeah, that's sort of how I do my colouring these days. They obviously take a bit more time than this. This is just roughing it out. What colours are that? Ah, these mushroomy type things. I'm just going to give it red spots. Red spots and some sort of brown chunky bit. Yeah, that looks good. So when I do lights, then I'll go to a hard light layer, and if that is my cool, these are my cool shadows, these are my warm light. If I'm doing it vice versa, this is my warm shadows, that's my cool light. Okay, so on a hard light layer mode, I'm going to be using one of these, and I'll just be bringing in some light. I'll also use this to bring in a little bit of what they call it, bounce light. So I'll bring in a bit of this blue, and I will really faintly just signal it. And when you take the opacities down a touch, it's just how I like it. But listen, it's not about the quality of that terrible picture there. It's about learning the shapes that I showed you, which is that, and there was more, wasn't there? Where's the other one? That's the biggie. Yeah, and it's just very basic stuff, and you can turn it into really quick ideas for good comedy value. So thanks for watching. See you next time.